Okay, we're at Claiborne High School once again for the Coach McGinnis show. Uh, you battled Unicoi last time, ended up 42-13. Uh, what did they do offensively to be able to score that many on you?
They were very balanced. We tried to mix fronts up, mix coverages up, and I thought we did a pretty good job of it. Got them in some third and mediums, third and longs, a couple of fourth downs that they converted. They made some big plays and critical downs. We just couldn't get off the field a couple times here and there with, caught us in some good calls and a few misalignments here or there. But they were really balanced offensively and did a good job play calling against our different fronts.
Uh, did you expect that attack from them, or did they throw in a little kink to your plan?
No, they ran pretty much what we thought they would. We had it pretty well scouted, and they do a good job of taking advantage of numbers. They do a good job of attacking the defense where it's weak, putting a lot of players in one-on-one positions. I think that's why we were pretty effective stopping them first and second down for most of the night, and then you get to third down, and they were just able to convert some plays. They had some really good playmakers that made some big plays for them, and we made a few mistakes, gave them a couple short fields. Doesn't help either, but no, they did pretty much well what we thought they would. They executed at a high level and they were patient. We made them earn some of those drives, and they ground them out.
Okay, you were able to score 13 against their defense. How, how did they attack your offense, and what could you have done better to prevented uh, their success, basically?
We too many negative plays. We got ourselves in some bad situations, some long down and distances, a couple of drops. One or two bad decisions. Those weren't terrible, but a couple of misalignments, a couple of missed assignments. They're good defense, quality defense. They come out and they played mostly cover four against our spread look, and we had some throws we took advantage of and made some good plays, and we were able to run the ball against them once we got them spread out a little bit. But just a few too many mistakes on our part, and they capitalized on those on their side.
What do you as a coach hope your team learned from that game?
I think they learned a lot at halftime. Really, it was 28-0 at halftime, and you kind of see that the boys realize, just a couple things here or there, it could have easily been 14-14. And I think they got a lot of confidence from that game in itself. Even though the score was what it was, they did gain some confidence in the fact that they felt like when we left that field, they were just as good, if not good enough to win that game. And I think they've carried that over this week. Seen some growth there as opposed to a couple of games earlier in the season against quality opponents where we didn't fight as hard or didn't think we had a chance. They believed that game, and in the second half, they showed it for sure.
Okay, what did your coaching staff learn?
Well, we've got to eliminate mistakes. We've got to make sure the play calling keeps us ahead of the sticks. Defensively, I thought it was one of our better plans, and it's kind of ironic to say giving up 42, but we had them well scouted. We had the right calls in a lot of situations, and we were playing down a couple linebackers, which hurts, but the kids that filled in did a solid job, and we just got to keep getting better, as a staff and making sure the game plans are good and ready to go. And you got a tough one this week coming up, so we're going to have to be prepared this Friday for a tough matchup.
All right, that's my next question. It's Gap Week. How's your team practiced?
Solid. They've come out and with a lot of energy. Film was good on Monday, and yesterday there was a lot of energy flying around. The linemen are really getting after it. We worked a lot of offense yesterday and a little bit of defense both days, but obviously we're going to hit some more defense today and keep mixing that in. But it's been a good start to the week. The kids are excited. It's a big game every year, and they're ready to get after it.
Okay, Coach, what do you expect of your team Friday night?
I expect them to compete and compete the right way. I expect them to bring a lot of energy and effort from the beginning. I expect them to play with confidence, not arrogance, but confidence. I expect them to come out and do their job to the best of their ability, understanding that if they do their job to the best ability, they've done all that they can do, and I think that'll put us in a good spot if they can do that.
Will it be status quo on the offense?
Pretty much. I mean, we'll have a few wrinkles. We always do every week. Try to throw in a few different looks. something that might attack a weakness on the defense that we see or something like that. But, as far as personnel goes, things like that, Corbin's battling back from a knee injury, and Aiden played a lot of tight end last week and did a really nice job at tight end. So Corbin and Aiden will rotate there some, and Caden Williams has found a home in the slot, it seems like, and we've kind of got some pieces in some good spots we feel comfortable with. So those kids will roll back out there, and we'll just keep getting better this week and try to attack what we can on that gap defense.
Okay, defensively, what are they going to try to do? Are you prepared for it?
They're going to be aggressive. Nick's been aggressive everywhere he's been. When he was here, I noticed that about his defenses. They're going to be aggressive. On film, they're aggressive. We've got to make sure we're ready to handle blitzes. He likes to blitz, and I do too. So luckily we've been practicing against that some, but he's going to be aggressive for sure. He's going to make us beat him through the air a little bit. He's going to try to take away the run, I'm sure, and just typical stuff that Nick does. He knows what he's doing on defense. He's a good ball coach, and he'll have those guys ready to go.
Their attack offensively, are you expecting them to throw in something different, or more passes or less passes?
You really don't know. On film, they're very multiple. They've been everything from I formation to 5 wide to some pistol looks. I mean, they throw a lot at you offensively, formationally, which means defensively we're going to be fundamentally sound in what we do. We've got to know our assignments and our alignments, and we've got to get to those spots, quickly before they can adjust to those, pre-snap. But they've got the ability to do many things, and he's got a large set of offensive plays to draw from. We've got to be good at what they run the most, which we'll rep that, try to take away what they run the most, and then make them beat us in a different way.
What do you do in preparation of their offense, which, like you said, can come out showing you different looks?
Well, we've got to make sure we got the fronts right. If they come out in different type looks, where it's power looks, spread looks, things of different nature, we've got to get the fronts right. Linebackers have to communicate, and fortunately for us, we've got a couple of veteran linebackers that have seen a lot of football. And this year we've seen a lot of different formations. So you get this time of year, we've got to get the right calls in as quickly as possible. As linebackers have to communicate. Then we've got to execute. And ultimately it's going to come down to winning some one-on-ones. Anytime offenses are that multiple, they're going to create one-on-one looks. So we've got to win those one-on-one battles.
Okay, how do you get your team to be in homecoming week? How do you get your team to be at a level, an even key, even through your practices and I mean, there's so much going on this week.
There is. You got the dress-up days going on, and you've got the festivities on Friday for the way-out games, things like that. But, as far as, after 3 o'clock when we get out there, the focus is strictly on, what we're doing to prepare for this Friday, whether it's working on our fundamentals individually, working on scheme, the new wrinkles here or there. But, it's one of those, you don't want to get too excited on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and be flat, later in the week or vice versa. Got to keep them even keeled. Just, try to keep routine as normal as we can after school, keep them going through some of the same stuff they've been going through all year. And, it's not just another game, but it is another game. We've got to go out, we've got to execute the X's and O's, the way we would if it's any other opponent. Just because it's Cumberland Gap this week, there might be a little extra edge, but the execution still has to be there.
Yeah. Explain how the rivalry to you really is, what it means as a coach, coaching multiple sports. But what's this game mean?
It means a lot. The community, first and foremost, it means a lot to the community. One of the first things I was told when I was hired here in basketball was, we don't like the other side of the river. That was from a few community members on this side, and I've grown to learn this rivalry as I've been here. And the kids, most of the kids know each other. Most of the kids like each other, and so a lot of them will hang out together and communicate, and that's good. They need to be that way, and a lot of the older people in the community still have a driving passion, for the team on the opposite side of that river. So, it means a lot for the community. The kids want to beat their buddies. They want to come out and they want to outperform and beat their friends. The students will show up for this one. Usually both sides will have a good student section. So there's bragging rights on the line, and you get to play them once in football. So, if you lose this one, then you got to wait a whole calendar year before you get another crack at it. And like basketball, if you lose the first one, you get another round 2 that year. That's not the case here. You get one Friday night a year, and we've got to go out and execute that Friday night, and I think that makes it a little more important in football, especially because you only get one shot at it.
Okay, your final words.
We're excited. I hope the community comes out. I hope there's a lot of support. We got a few special things planned, for GAP. But we want the community to come out, support the kids. We need a large crowd. It's getting late in the season. They've worked really hard. I know Cumberland Gap's working hard too. So, I hope we have a good crowd and just come support the kids.
Oh, I should have asked this before we left.
Sure.
Injuries.
We're okay. We got a few back from some concussions this week. Should help us a little bit, kind of bolster everything up. And Corbin's getting better day by day, just kind of getting over some bone bruise type stuff. But a few knick-knacky things that are just part of football. You're into week 10, you're going to have some bumps and bruises and twists and turns. But other than that, then we might be a little beat up in some places, but we were ultimately pretty healthy.
All right, and good luck to you Friday night, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.